Hey everyone, Jim T. Graham with RC Groups. It's RC News. We're back. I hope you've come to depend on us to know what's happening. The week's over or the week's begun. It depends on how you look at it. But there's Jason. I have my water right here.
Yeah, it's Friday, but it's still just water.
Yeah, hydration. We're older and more mature. The goal, of course, every week is the reason I stop is every week, Jason, I'm like, what if I don't have any good news? What if there is no news? Every week, there's always news. Do you find the same thing?
It just keeps rolling.
It's
The gravy
amazing. It
train.
really is. Or like Wednesday will roll around and I'll be like, is this enough news? And then like today, I was scrolling through it with you and I'm like, does this really this much news happen since Monday? It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a fun hobby. There's always cool stuff to talk about.
So what I didn't ask you beforehand is, are you working or building anything right now? Do you have anything in the works that's happening in the shop?
Yeah, yeah. I keep going back and forth. I can't quite grab it right now, but I've got a 3D printed plane called the Rough Gen, from an RC Groups member that designed it. It's a slope plane. I don't have a great place to fly slopes, but he does have a power pod add-on for it. So I purchased that. You're talking $5 for the 3D print files. So yeah,
Oh, got it.
I've got to print like the power pod and actually make a whole new fuselage designed for an electric motor. So it'll fly like a kind of like a hotliner, warmliner type thing once I get it
Okay.
finished. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's pretty cool.
Nice. Another thing and we'll talk about this in just a minute. Me and Joe is going to be on this week, but me and Joe is going to be on next week. And we'll talk more about that with the review that he's working on. He's working on 2 reviews right now. Am I wrong?
He is, yeah, yeah. He's got another what was it? Another helicopter, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's it from, the helicopter?
I believe it's Rage RC.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Little micro. All right, everyone, we will jump straight into the news. There's no guest this week, but like we said, next week there'll be a guest, and I am going to go right to the right place here. First up, I got an email last night from CNHL Lipos, and they're having a sale on over 50. Well, it may or may not be over 50. Let's see what it says here. Exclusive offers on Lipos. Global orders over 129 get a free battery bag. Over 129 manually add a free
battery bag. That's cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
And 35% off. And so what I do these days is I'll go in and take a little snapshot of lipos that you might be interested in or something that you might want to buy just so you can see what's up there. And then, of course, I link to the sale, which today we can actually go to the page and check it out.
Yeah, I mean, everybody appreciates a good deal.
Heck yeah. And so you're seeing what you're saving right here with the mark out and the price. And just want to say big thanks to CNHL. They've been with us a long time and stepping up their game, making sure that they're getting the news out to me so I can get the news out to you. Good stuff. Well, I went back too far. Jason, let's jump. We'll come back to the Noble or the MB4 Plus, which is very interesting. And let's look at this. We were talking about this just a little bit earlier.
Yeah. So this is not the blog of the week that I highlighted. I wanted to get your take on it because he goes through and he gives some pretty good reasons why why you should try FPV flying, but from the cockpit, kind of like you're a full scale pilot sitting in the plane flying it. Now I've done it and I've got some opinions and I wanted to get your take as well. But I think it's cool and I enjoyed it. But I'm that guy in a racing like car simulation video game where I don't drive from in the cockpit because your view's kind of limited, right? You can only see so much. You can't really see much of the track and what's coming. So I like to get that third person view from behind the car so I can kind of see more of the terrain and what's coming up. And it's kind of that way for me with FPV. When I fly FPV, I want the camera like kind of straight out the nose, unobstructed view. So I can see more, of what's going on and just have better awareness of terrain and obstacles and where you're flying. But you don't get that like I'm flying in an airplane feeling that way. You're just almost flying like a video game, but it's just different. So I like them both, but I think I would prefer not flying in the cockpit myself. What do you think?
I'm going to counterpoint you, and I have evidence behind what I'm about to say. First, let me say this. This is kind of weird that you bring this up. I play War Thunder at least 2 or 3 sessions once a day. It seems
Okay.
to really, especially if I'm like, I can make more noises, but I'll play War Thunder and I become very hyper focused. I always am usually the number one team member, or I'm always win the battle, which somehow, anyway,
All
I
right.
fly scale warbirds. I fly 1942 tanks and warbirds. So I was looking it up to see, should I be flying in the cockpit? But I always fly behind the POV is behind the plane, right? And
Okay.
so I Googled it and it said, if you want to be realistic, fly in the cockpit. But if you want to win, POV, right? And I was like,
Okay.
well, that's how I do it. But with that said, and now we'll cut over to saying I like scale FPV better. And here is, I'll turn the volume down because it's just me talking. Okay, everyone. So I got this J3 Navy Cub from Hobby King. Stuart sent it to me for a review, and I said, could I FPV it? And he was like, sure you can. So I got in the cockpit, and in this video, I'm talking about the switches. I wanted to be super tricky and make it so that my goggles or also my transmitter would turn the camera.
Yeah.
And I wanted the goggles will look up and down, left and right. But if that went out for some reason, I wanted not to be stuck looking out the side window, right? I guess I could rip the goggles off. But and then Jason was with me that day. And so I could also turn it using those switches. And I wanted to see, this had been the first time I'd ever taken a plane off from the cockpit of an RC airplane. I thought this would be a good one. It's pretty heavy and it flies really well. And so this is what it looks like flying off our runway.
There you go.
And I've got to say, I cannot tell you how nervous I was. And that right now in the beginning, I was shaking. It was like the first time you ever flew an airplane you built because you can't see much. There's a lot of dashboard right there.
Yeah, there sure is. Yeah.
But I will say this, I did feel like I got good at it. And when you're up in the air, it's like, okay, I can go straight. Yes. And turn. And now about halfway through the flight, you start wondering, how in the heck can I really land it in the cockpit? How will I know my angle of attack or how close I am to the ground? And I'll spoil the surprise and say, I stayed in the goggles all the way to the ground. Jason was with me.
Yep.
Now there is a point here where we start flying together, and let's see if I can find it because you fly right next to me.
Yeah, and you do the tilt out the side of the view.
Oh, yeah, right here. Well, I just turned it off. Let me tell you this. When I looked out the side window, it felt like I was going to fall from the sky.
Threw your inner ear out.
My brain was officially not on the ground anymore. My brain was in the airplane. And when I looked out that side window, there you are, Jason. You're right in front of me.
Formation flying, yeah.
Yeah. A testament to skill right there. And when I looked out the side window, it scared me so bad that I just refused to do it anymore because it wigged me out. So if you're looking for some excitement, cheap excitement, this is the way to go. So we'll fast forward to landing this bird. There we are. There went Jason right below me. Okay, let's see. All right. And I'm looking out the window flying forward.
And we didn't have gyros back in these planes. Like this was before kind of stabilization and gyros.
So let's see if I land it. Looks like almost a crash.
That was almost a crash.
Okay, I'm gonna fast forward, y'all. Okay, here, this must be the landing. I'm sure there was somebody standing next to me giving me some input. So here we go, chopping the throttle.
There it is. See the bounce? Yep, that's perfect.
Hit the brakes. That is FPV in the cockpit.
That's pretty cool. Now, and you have your play his video because we had the OSD on ours. Check this out, and I want the viewers out there to tell me what it is. I've never seen this before in an airplane. Maybe it's been out a while, but he's got the head tracking with the DJI FPV system. Ooh. But look out the front. When he looks out the front, he's got a on-screen display in the dash, a physical thing that looks like something you'd see in a real fighter plane right there, the green reticle. And as he turns and like moves his head, moves the camera, you can see it's like it's in that display. It's not like
Interesting.
an OSD on the video feed. It's actually in the airplane.
It looks like a backlit LED, like it has an LED under there
Yeah.
catching
It
the
looks
lines.
like they would have in a real plane with the, projection, whatever that's called.
One thing I always wanted when I was FPVing in the cockpit was more information on the dashboard that was real, like tell me what my battery is and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now, I'll say this, whatever this plane is, I think once he's airborne, has a lot more uh, visual, you can field of view,
Yeah. I think
but it
yeah,
does
it's
give
a
you an idea what it'd be like.
skinnier nose. Is it still going? Did I lose you?
There we
There we
go.
go.
It happens sometimes. This is hot. This is much hotter than mine.
Isn't that cool?
He must
Yeah.
his front glass is out for clarity, I reckon.
Well, and to be fair, when we were doing it, it was before HD FPV, right? So we were
Yeah,
analog, it's low
yeah,
resolution. This high definition version, I mean,
yeah.
I could be tempted to change my mind and try
It's
it
a
out again because that's cool.
world of difference. Put this in like an EDF jet or something. That'd
Mm-hmm.
be cool.
Yeah, buddy.
Well, let's just skip around a little bit. Is he going to land this thing? Let's go see that.
Bouncy, touch and go.
I don't want to. Okay, here we go. It's a lineup. Doesn't have to worry if he's actually where he thinks he is because he can actually see the landing, the main line there.
And yeah, solid.
Very nice.
It's pretty stinking cool right there.
All right. So there's a lot more information here, a lot more videos. He took it to the other level. You can find that right here. And I click the logo and click the all, and you'll find it right there. For now, that is. This is the Recoil 18-inch self-riding brushless boat from Horizon, aka where's the actual maker? They're calling it Pro Boat.
Yeah, we're getting close to boating season, aren't we?
Have I ever owned a boat? I don't think I have because I've never had a body of water.
Yeah. They're fun, but I don't know. It's just like once you've flown, I think it's a whole different world being up in the air, three
Uh,
dimensions. But
and,
yeah, boats are cool. This thing looks like it's brushless. Holy cow, look at the flips that thing's doing.
and if you have a boat, you need a
Wow.
boat to go get your boat, right? Is that how it works, or some sort of?
Yeah, well, so I saw this one self-riding. That seems to be a trend like that's
Yes.
been going around. So you can't, if you flip it upside down, it'll self-ride. You can get it back. Now, if it runs out of
Wow.
battery, you're kind of toast, and you're up to which way the wind's blowing to get it back in,
Go get it.
unless you have another boat or a
Maybe
drone.
it's not a drone that would, clamp onto it and haul it
I
around.
will tell you a pro tip though. I have retrieved a RC boat that had died in the water using a drone.
Really?
And how I did it, it took a while, but I didn't drag it. I didn't touch the boat. I literally went on one side of the boat and flew as low as I could
Oh, and
and
pushed
used
it?
the air blast to force the boat to move. And eventually we got it to go back to shore and retrieve the boat. It actually works.
That is crazy. Well, there is a pro tip for y'all. Also, it'd be a good video. This is brand new. It is the Blade InFusion. I want
Dude.
to name things. That's what I want my job to be.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd be a great namer. But this thing is cool. So direct
Where's the
drive,
video?
no gear train. See that motor on the bottom?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
directly attached to the shaft.
Ooh,
There's
an Outrunner.
there's no
I've never
gears
seen
to
that.
strip. Yeah. Normally you'd strip gears like all the time when you crash. I don't know what's gonna happen when you crash. You might still bend, break, do things, but it's just the less mechanically complex we make these things, the more robust and durable they are. So that's got to be pretty exciting to see this like direct drive system here. Pretty cool.
It's little. There's not a lot of parts to explode when you hit the ground. And you can do that.
Yep, fully 3D capable aerobatic. Does it all, man.
So I used to shoot video at the XFC of these helicopter pilots flying the big birds, and A, man, they scared me, and B, I just couldn't understand the brain it took to get three-dimensionally around a helicopter like that, right?
Right? Yeah.
So then I got on real flight and I would play with them, and I could do it. I could do some of the stuff, and then I would ultimately lose control. But this thing looks like something you could learn in the backyard on.
Yeah, and then it's probably got some of the safe technology in it too to
Right.
help you bail out if you
Ah,
need to. Pretty awesome.
it looks like helicopters are coming into the modern times here with this.
There you go. They're still cool.
Very nice blade. Jason Merkel's in there to talk to you. Be sure and tell him that we said hey. This is what we were talking about with Mean Joe Vermillion. It is a review on the RDX4, and Mean Joe has an extensive video here and other stuff. We're not going to give it away, though. We're going to let Joe talk about that and probably what he's working on as well. So also big hey to Hitec. Hey, Hitec, I'm about to send you an email. I'm having an idea. So stand by. What the Heck Wednesday?
What the heck
By Jason
Wednesday?
Cole.
Who thinks they're gonna take an F-16 and put skis on them for landing gear?
Not me.
Apparently, this guy. So it's
I don't
pretty
know what
fun.
automatic. Captain
What?
Drone. Ooh,
Captain
that's hot.
Drone. I mean, yeah, it works. Put an F-16 on skis. There it goes. It looks funky. It's not scale, but
It's like an ice rink out there. Where does this guy live?
But I'm glad I don't live there. I'll tell you that.
Slick City. Watch out. Hey, everyone. I'm putting skis on this jet from Canada. Why?
Hey.
Why not? I don't know. My jacket is green. My hat has a. Okay. The temperature is low. It's snowing all around me.
Wow, this guy's like super graphic
County
heavy right
effects.
there. Nice.
That is the sexy beast.
Well, so what the heck was they? Go watch the video, comment on it, tell us what you think. It's trippy.
Hey to the Motion RC boys. I was talking to them this week, as a matter of fact. So check it out. What the Heck Wednesday? It's a favorite. It gets clicks like crazy. All right. So this is from our friends at Robart. Free freight to the Perry Swamp Meet. This is if you're going to Perry, you should know about it. I have all the details. Now, I type these details out, and it always makes me nervous, Jason, because what if I get something wrong?
Yeah.
This is not a binding text thing here. This is me providing you information, but you can find all the text in the graphic below. And
so next time we'll use autocorrect and change the cell valide.
Valida. I wanted to speak a little French there. Hold on. Watch this, everyone. It's
real time.
I'm editing here. I just can't leave it like that, hitting the button. All right. So we have the valid sell times, which we're coming up on the end of it, when they must be picked up, how they'll collect funds, what happens if you don't pick up your plane. I'd say that that's a very generous restocking fee as far as you order a plane and let's say the dentist or something happens. That's not a terrible restocking fee there. And you can go there. Now, let me tell you this, all the people at Robart, they know their business. They make all this stuff in-house, or, a lot of the stuff that they sell, they make themselves, and they will pick up the phone and talk to you. So feel free to check them out. They're also having a February sale that I've listed right here, and I've got links to everything. So go check them out and tell them Jim T sent you when they answer the phone.
And I wish I could go to Perry this year.
Maybe somebody out there is. If you're going to Perry, let us know. We can work together and get some information out. I put this up because it's interesting. It's P51, but it has two little motors here.
This should have been What the Heck Wednesday. You have
the theory is that
props on a P51?
Steers itself. That's a P53 right there.
So obviously it's not a scale plane. It's not intended for advanced flyers. This is a beginner's entry level plane, which is kind of cool because as a beginner, beginners don't want to fly beginner planes, right? They want to fly the
P51s,
P51s and jets. So
wow, did you see that?
Yeah, that was cool. Just let go of the plane, hand launch. So this is a beginner plane that looks cool. It looks like a P-51. You know, in the air, you don't really notice the extra motors and props so much. So it
It's
kind of
true.
looks like you're flying a real plane, you know, a real P-51. It
They
is
have a
like
whole
looks like it's probably differential thrust control, pretty
right
simple.
there because there's no control surfaces going on here.
Yeah.
So super
So
easy.
I see the appeal. I know the scale nuts will have a heyday with it, but for what it is designed for, I think it's going to accomplish that pretty good.
Very cool. They have a whole line over there at EX Hobby, and I have a link to go check it out. So do so if you wish. I'm not forcing anyone. The AMA had an FAA reauthorization bill, free updates and upcoming events. It is there. It's kind of a YouTube blog / video that they do, and you can hang out with these guys and see what's up. It's important information, and they are at the forefront since they have people lobbying for all this stuff there in Washington. So go check them out.
Hmm.
Also, I have links so you can learn more and become a member of the AMA.
My membership auto renewed this month actually.
Ah, oh, well, I just clicked on the Soaring USA banner. I did
Hey,
not do that
Soaring
on purpose.
USA. What's up,
But being
Alex?
so, Jason, I'll let you talk on this. I think Soaring USA called you.
Yeah, so they just said, "Hey, we've got some new stuff for 2024 if you put it out there." And so yeah, so they've got you can see in the article there the Ethos Free Sky Radio stuff, Toolkit RC, um, and then the
Oh,
little chargers, the glider CG stuff's really great for setting up your planes for glider pilots especially, and just about any other plane really.
I did a
Got some
whole
really
article
cool
on
tech.
Glider CG and worked with them during Christmas. So
Yeah,
yeah,
digital scale, like, and yeah, CG. It's awesome stuff.
they've got it all. Soaring USA, huge supporter of all the sailplane sections here on RC Groups. So be sure and check them out. They've been around a long time. They know what they're doing. They're good folks. And Jason Cole knows them by name.
That's kind of like back in the day. It was like I wanted to go to the Hobby Lobby store and warehouse and see stuff. Like now, I want to go to Soaring USA and like check out their
Yeah.
shop. It's like so far away, but if I ever get
This
over
is a
there, I'm
great
gonna
part.
come by and visit.
Having a sailplane guy on the team that knows what he's talking about is important. So this is a Hitec quick look that I did. This is the RDX2, not to be confused with the other RDX series. And basically, it's just a quick video showing you all the stuff that this little charger does in about 15 seconds. So you can very quickly see what this tiny charger can do for you. Jason,
So
I haven't spoken to them since the last charger review we did, but I was thinking that maybe if we do another charger review for Hitec, you're the man. What do you think?
yeah, whatever it takes. I'd be happy to do it. It looks like it's a little baby brother to the RDX4 with only two
Yeah.
ports instead of four.
And they have a whole lineup of these you can click that link and go to. All right, everyone, that has been the RC news of the week. There's more news, I'm sure, out there. And with that said, if you know of some news, shoot us a PM, say something in the description. If you're a company that has products, talk to me because I can disperse to all kinds of places out here. Jason, this weekend, are you going to work on 3D printing or are you just going to? I think it's going to be pretty. It's not going to rain, right?
I think it's gonna be all right. Yeah, I was gonna say have a great weekend, everybody. Go do some flying. That's what I'm gonna do.
So what's going to happen next is I will post a link in the description below that will go to the main page of all these articles so you can go check them out yourself. But on Monday, I will create a feature article. I shouldn't even be saying what days this is at, but there'll be a feature article and it will highlight all the stuff so you can very easily find anything that you're interested in. And we appreciate you. So be sure and hit subscribe and like and all those things. And we'll be back next week. Jason, thanks for your time, man.
You got it. Cheers, everybody.
RC News. Bye.